Kohalayim La, Alahayanawa Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, Amashiach, Wamalaki Bahashim, Harawat, Bakakwadash, Barakathum, the Water Bible Ball, Waquam Yasharala. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone who teach us daily, to the men out there teaching a likewise doctrine and say Shalom. Today we're going to get into this video whereas a Darpa representative has come out and said that the purpose of the chemtrails is to destroy the God gene. Now, what is the God gene? It's simple. It's a gene in your DNA that only Israelites have, and it serves to connect us with the Most High. Esau goofy ass figures if he could destroy this God gene, he'll disrupt the connection of the Israelites, between the Israelites and Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's his thought process on this. Does he not know that there's nothing he can do? Number one, there ain't shit he could do to stop his judgment, number one. And number two, you can't, if the 144,000 and the innumerable 1/3 are destined to be saved, there's nothing you can do about it, homie. That bullshit gonna work on the 2/3 because the Lord don't want them on his side no way. But that's his illogical, childish ass thinking, thought process, right? So we're gonna get some more of this. First, I got a little short I want to play, and it's kind of describing the God gene. But in this short, you kind of got to chew the meat and spit out the bones because they're using Yiddish letters in this video. Now, it is not the Paleo-Hebrew. It is the Yiddish, what the small hats use, which is a bastardized language. It's not the original. It's not the language that the Lord spoke. It's not the language that the prophets and the Israelites spoke in the ancient days. Okay? So, with that being said, let's go ahead and bring up the video. Now, let's go here. This is a short, pretty much explanation of the God gene. Remember, only Israelites have this gene, which is why they wanted, that's why they created Ancestry.com, because they were trying to figure out what majority of the population possesses this gene. It's not to determine what you are, who you are. There's no percentages in nationality. You can't be 34% Korean, 50% Japanese, all this other bullshit Esau pull out his ass. You are of your father's seed. Numbers 118. Look it up. Now let's get this right here.
Genetic code, it's a double helix that right turns, and there are these sulfur bridges in the midst of every single atom that you have that has a code. And what happens is every 10 there's a bridge, and then every 5 there's a bridge, and then every 6 there's a bridge, and then every 5 there's a bridge, and then it repeats over and over and over and over again. And that's a part of your DNA, that's a part of my DNA. This is something that we just recently discovered. This whole thing of...
Now, the only way that could be a part of his DNA is he has to be an Israelite. Matter of fact, scientists also discovered that Israelites, they got special teeth, unlike other people's teeth. And there's a lot of little differences between our physiology and the heathens. And Esau notices this.
10, 5, 6, 5. Well, what is amazing is with the numbers actually correspond with Jewish letters. The number, if you notice...
See how they're using Yiddish right here? Now, this part is correct. These numbers, that's correct. The Yiddish, disregarded. But yes, the Lord's name, and this is how it's represented in certain Bibles too. That the word Lord in all caps, it translates to this. Yahweh, that's the Lord's name. That's why it says in a scripture, I forgot which one it was, but roughly paraphrasing, his name is written on us. He has surnamed us. And this is how he did it. He put his name in our DNA. Let me see if I can find that scripture. Let me see if this is it. Yep, Isaiah chapter 45, verse 4. For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect, I have called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. See what I'm saying? He wrote it, put his name on us literally. Now let's get the definition of surname. Okay, where is it? Surname definition. An added name derived from occupational circumstance. The name borne in common by members of a family. It's pretty much your last name. Okay. Now, and he did this to the prophets as well. Because if you remember the name of the prophets, Jeremiah, that Yah, Isaiah, see what I'm saying? Micah. He surnamed his people, literally.
That there's two number fives, both of those are H's. And then if you'll notice that the number 10 is a Y and the number 6 is a W, it's how the Jews spell Yahweh. And God's name is...
That's not his name. His name's not Yahweh. There are no E's in Paleo Hebrew. The name is Yahweh.
Literally written in your DNA. Okay, well, you see how there's two number fives and there's two H's. The word for both of those is behold, behold. The symbol for the Y is a hand, and the symbol for the W is a nail. The name Yahweh means behold the nails in my hands. And your...
That is so incorrect. Because his name is not Yahweh. His name is Yahweh. And that name means he exists. He is. Now let's go here. This is why I played that video. U.S. bioweapons official testifies Darpa spraying chemtrails to delete God gene. And look who's the master, the mad scientist behind this bullshit. Your boy. So, what do you think they are really trying to do? They are trying to sever the connection between the Israelites and Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. These primitive ass monkeys think this shit gonna work. Now let's go here to the video. It's the same video. I just wanted to show you the title. But I'm gonna let this video, it's 18 minutes long. We're not gonna let all this play. But I'm gonna let enough play for you to get the gist of what these Edomites are trying to do.
But what if I told you the war being waged right now against you is spiritual? According to a US bioweapons expert, Darpa, the Pentagon's shadowy research arm, has taken battlefield technology originally developed for use during the Iraq War and turned it inward, on us, on the American people. This isn't just about surveillance or mind control, this is about crushing the human soul. Through a combination of vaccines and aerosolized chemtrail deployment, Darpa and its partners are working to neutralize spiritual inclinations in the human population. Their target? A specific gene, VM82, known by scientists as the God gene, believed to play a role in spiritual experiences, moral intuition, and divine connection. They aren't just after your body or your mind, they're after your soul.
Now, why would a Christian God-fearing nation want to eliminate the God gene? Because these are wicked-ass Edomites. That's why. And they have the power to do it. Not that it's going to work. I mean, this bullshit, no. Let me tell you why. Remember what I said about the 144,000 and innumerable 1/3 who are destined to be saved? Let's get it. This is the book of John, chapter 10, verse 28. Hold up. Let's go to the blue letter. The book of John, chapter 10. And we can start at verse. We start at verse 25. Lord Yahushua speaking. This is the red letter. Yahushua answered, wait a minute, let's go at one. Then came the Jews round about him and said unto him, how long dost thou make us to doubt? If thou be the Hamashiach, tell us plainly. Verse 25, Yahushua answered them, I told you, and ye believe not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me. Verse 26, but ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep, as I said unto you. Verse 27, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. Check this out. Verses 28 and 29, this is what I was talking about. And I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. My Father, which gave them me, is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand. I and my Father are one. So it ain't shit Esau could do to separate the 144,000 and an innumerable 1/3 from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Nothing.
The divine spark that separates you from machine. And they're not even hiding it anymore. So what's the end game of deleting the God gene? And who really benefits from a world stripped of faith? Stay with us, because what we're about to reveal might be the most disturbing truth of all. Before we dive in, join the TPV free speech community.
We ain't doing that. Let's fast forward that shit. Okay.
Governments against their own people. For years they mocked us, they gaslit the public, they labelled the truth as a conspiracy theory. But now, the veil is lifting. Their operations have become so blatant, so desperate, that denial is no longer an option for anybody.
Exactly. They're getting desperate. And a desperate man is a dangerous man. You know why they're getting desperate? Let's get it. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Esau knows the scriptures just like us. Well, the elites do anyway. They know that once we wake up, that's their ass. That's why they pulling all this dumb shit out their ass at the last minute out of desperation, because they don't want to go into captivity. It ain't about what you want, though, homie. It's all about the Lord's will, and it will be done.
Anybody paying attention? Think back to when you were a kid, drawing blue skies and fluffy clouds. Did you ever imagine you'd live to see the sky carved into grids like a prison cell? Because that's exactly what we're under. Atmospheric control right in plain sight. So ask yourself, where were you when it clicked? When you realised this wasn't a fringe theory, but a hard, painful truth they never wanted you to see. For one farmer, the moment of clarity came when the skies above his land turned from blue to a chemical haze. And the fallout was devastating. His crops, once thriving, began to wither. The soil turned acidic. And then came the unthinkable. 150-year-old trees on his property, trees that had survived generations of storms and droughts, were burnt by the chemical spray.
Last year, they sprayed. My bean crops turned yellow the same day, but it burnt. This is like a 150-year-old apple tree, but you can see how it just burnt the tips of it, the top of it. This thing is normally just loaded and loaded with blooms. There's some on the other side, but this is harming my crops. Nothing is organic anymore in the United States. I need to know, this is one of the questions we're going to ask when I get to DC, who has the power to turn this off? Look at the sky. Look over here.
Just fucked up. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 7. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity. Check this out. Wasting and destruction are in their paths. Everywhere they go, everything they touch, they destroy it. This is the Edomite's nature, to destroy. Israelites' nature is to create. So how they think They're going to stay in rulership when they destroy everything they touch.
We already know the elite want to block out the sun and control the climate. They've admitted this after years of denial and deception. What they once called a conspiracy theory, they now openly embrace as geoengineering for the greater good. But it doesn't stop at climate manipulation. As dangerous as that is, it's just the surface. According to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the newly formed chemtrails task force has identified Darpa, the Pentagon's black budget science arm, as a central player in covert aerosol operations over the United States.
That is not happening in my agency. You know, we don't do that. It's done.
See how quick he just lied? Red ass. You need to go do something about your voice, homie, because that shit is irritating as hell. You don't need to talk. You need to write shit down, bro.
We think by DARPA, and a lot of it now is coming out of the jet fuel.
Yes,
so,
sir.
you know, those materials are put in jet fuel. I'm going to do everything in my power to stop it. We're bringing on somebody who's going to think only about that, find out who's doing it, and holding them accountable.
RFK is over the target. Numerous high-level whistleblowers have confirmed that DARPA are one of the key players in the operations. A former US bioweapons scientist has come forward, claiming that DARPA developed aerosol-based technologies for a variety of classified purposes.
Oh, we know why. See, this goes all the way back to his encounter with the tribe of Gad. When he came with the blankets laced with smallpox, it's the same shit, the same devil.
And one of these purposes is something the public has never been told before. It's not just about mind control, although that's part of it. What's even more disturbing, it's about spiritual control. Let that sink in. Before we go deeper, here's Dr. Rebecca Lemov, a Harvard professor, explaining to Joe Rogan the shocking extent of DARPA's secret mind control and brainwashing programs.
DARPA was involved in the development of the internet and of things like pattern recognition, but I mean, the government.
An Israelite created the internet. See how they lie? I mean, god damn. An Israelite created the internet because the internet is in the Bible. It's called the unicorn. I mean, they just can't stop lying to say they like it.
Government has funded many studies, but really with what I got interested in social media and how I connect it with the episodes of brainwashing from earlier or mind control is that it operates, it creates states of emotional contagion that aren't really about convincing people of a different way to think, but more about how you feel about what you think, which is something people describe in cults too. It's not that it changed my thoughts, it's that it changed my feelings about my thoughts.
In other words, what Esau is trying to do, he's trying to, because he has a God complex, he wants to get rid of the true and living power. And he wants people to worship him or see him as being a God. And it's right here. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called Yahweh, or that is worship, so that he, as Yahweh, sitteth in the temple of Yahweh, showing himself that he is Yahweh. See, he wants to sit in the temple of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Where's the temple? Your mind.
This is where it gets really dark and deeply spiritual. A controversial but real research paper published on ResearchGate in 2023 revealed a Department of Defense funded program aimed at suppressing the VM82 gene, what some scientists have called the God gene. A testimony by a US bioweapons scientist cited in the research outlined a DARPA program designed to do the unthinkable, erase humanity's connection to the divine. Through vaccines and aerosolized chemtrails.
It's not to erase humanities. No, it's to try to erase the Israelites' connection with the Most High. Because they know they have been cast away. They don't have a connection. The Lord ain't dealing with these heathens. Let me get it. And there's a bunch of scriptures that support that as well. We can start at Amos 3. Verse 1, hear this word that the Lord have spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. And there's plenty more. Let me see if I can get another one. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and judgments unto Israel. Verse 20, he have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. See? Let me get another one. Let's go to the book of Joel. Chapter 2, verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord Yahweh, your power, and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed. So yeah, we know who you after. We told y'all the whole time. Israel is the target, the Israelites always have been. They just doing it in an indirect way so people won't put two and two together. Esau slick like that, or at least he think he is.
Chemtrails deployment, Darpa, allied agencies, and the Gates Foundation have been working on a technology aimed at neutralizing spiritual inclinations, targeting the so-called God gene. The goal? Not public health, not disease prevention. The real objective is spiritual warfare. According to insiders, this is the hidden agenda behind the global vaccination push, to eliminate religious conviction, break the human connection to the divine, and pave the way for a one-world government, a technocratic regime where man plays.
See, they think if they get rid of Yahweh Hashem Shai, they could bring that new world order forth. Well, the Lord gonna bring forth the new world order, and he bringing back slavery, and he gonna do depopulation, just like you want, Esau. But guess what? You ain't gonna benefit from none of that shit this time. You're not gonna benefit from slavery because this time you are gonna be the slaves. You are not gonna benefit from depopulation because your nation will be depopulated. And a new world order is coming. But you're not going to be in charge. You're going to be at rock bottom where your ass came from. The base man is returning back to the basement.
God and the soul is obsolete. It might sound wild, but it aligns precisely with what spiritual visionaries warned us about over a century ago. Rudolf Steiner, the Austrian mystic and philosopher, prophesied that one day medicine would be used to sever the soul from the body, to destroy the spiritual essence of humanity under the guise of health.
See, that's what Esau does. He weaponizes science. He weaponizes everything out of his hatred and jealousy and envy for the Israelites. You can see the demons in this man's eyes, and you heard what he just said. They want to get rid of Yahweh Hashem Shai. But guess what? That's not going to happen, but the Lord is about to get rid of y'all asses after 1,000 years of captivity. We're going to let a little more of this play, and then we're going to bring out some scriptures. Y'all can come back and watch it, the rest of it, if you like. It's on the People's Voice channel. And you'll be able to find the article.
This is not just medical overreach. This is a global coup against humanity, against God.
Against the Israelites and Yahweh Hashem Shai.
The architects of this plan, the so-called elite, have openly declared their intentions to kill God, declare him dead, and crown themselves as gods.
There it is. 2 Thessalonians, see? Came to pass. These motherfuckers are insane. They think they're going to take on the Most High. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called Yahweh, or that is worship, so that he, as Yahweh, sitteth in the temple of Yahweh, showing himself that he is Yahweh. He wants to be God, but he came and lie straight. He came to take care of one country. Look at all the destruction he's done to this planet to date. No, you have no business being in rulership. What make you think you are eligible to be a god? You a base man, cuz you just an emotional wreck. No, you're not mentally stable to do anything righteous. You weren't created to be the righteous. You were created to do exactly what you're doing, being the wicked against the Lord's people and him. And he gonna put foot to ass for that over the controversy of Zion.
Klaus Schwab, Yuval Harari Gates. Listen carefully to their own words. They're not hiding it anymore.
Developing even bigger powers than ever before. We are really acquiring
Listen to this blasphemous right here.
divine powers of creation and destruction. We are really upgrading humans into gods. We are acquiring, for instance, the power to re-engineer life.
I mean, all this story about Jesus rising from the dead and being the Son of God, this is fake news.
Humans are now hackable animals. You know, the whole idea that humans have, you know, they have this soul or spirit and they have free will and nobody knows what's happening inside me. So whatever I choose, whether in the election or whether in the supermarket, this is my free will, that's over.
They call humanity hackable animals. They say free will is over. They mock faith while working behind the scenes to destroy humanity's ability to engage with the spiritual world.
See, if y'all don't know this guy, this is Yuval Harari. He's I think he was working directly under Klaus Schwab. But anyway, he's a sodomite and he's an Amalekite. And he's married to a man. So that tells you everything you need to know about this fucked up piece of shit right here. Hopefully he makes it to slavery. All right, we can come out of this now. Get some scripts. Hopefully he will make it to slavery. Because these nut jobs, they don't know how fucked up they are spiritually, mentally. Thinking they could take on the Most High. James chapter 1, verse 8, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Let's get another one. And he is unstable. This man all over the place. Psalm chapter 14, verse 1, to the chief musician, a psalm of David, the fool has said in his heart, there is no Yahweh. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. Talk about your elites. Now let's go to Psalms chapter 64, verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. You got Edomites telling on Edomites now. They don't want to go into captivity. Oh, well, dude. All the Israelites wasn't wicked, but he punished us as a nation. Just like all Edomites are not Edomites, first of all. Second of all Edomites are not wicked like the elites. But guess what? Y'all still gonna get punished as a nation because we did. So it don't matter. The righteous Israelites got punished with the wicked. And that's exactly what's about to happen to all nations, not just Edom and them small hats, all nations going into captivity. Job chapter 9, verse 24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked, because the faces of the judges thereof not wherein who is he. That's why they're allowed to do this, because they run the show right now. The earth is literally given to the hand of the wicked. And they didn't got emboldened in their wickedness because they ain't been punished yet. But we're going to get there very soon. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes. And let's go to chapter 12. We'll start in 12. Book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 3. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. Always occupied in evil. Kill Bates and all these other little Edomite flunkies thinking they finna do something. You finna do something, Maya. You finna work, baby. Continuing employment in the kingdom. chapter 12, verse 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. We got the cure. What is that? It's a vaccine. Damn, for what? For the disease that came out last night. We got the cure. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet still shall he undermine thee. 10 million plus dead because of the jab without even firing a shot. Yeah, he undermined a lot of people. Now let's go to chapter 14. Verse 5, he that is evil to himself, to whom shall he be good? He shall not take pleasure in all his goods. This man spraying chemtrails on his own people. So if he doing his own people like this, he ain't got no love for nobody. Verse 7, and if he do it good, he do it unwillingly, and at the last he would declare his wickedness every time. When he tell you he finna do something good for somebody, it's laced with some type of wickedness that he gonna benefit from. Verse 8, the envious man have a wicked eye. He turneth away his face and despiseth men. Esau he pretend he cool with everybody, but he hates everybody. Even his own people. Edomites never had solidarity. If they come together, it's for a common goal, to come against us or to get some money. And then whoever get to the money first, they're going to stab the other one in the back. No solidarity, no unity. How y'all think y'all going to stay in captivity? Y'all going to be a real nation divided in captivity. A defeated nation of sodomites, liars, thieves, and murderers. That's what Esau, that's what the nation of Edom truly is. Still in Sirach chapter 25. Well, we going to chapter 25. This is verse 7. There be 9 things I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. As in the words of Napoleon Bonaparte, Salakia. When your enemies are making mistakes, you never interrupt. Let the Lord's judgment be fulfilled when these bastards go into captivity. Sirach chapter 27. Verse 24. We started 24. I have hated many things, but nothing like him. For the Lord will hate him. Talking about Esau Christians. Since he loves everybody, he don't love Esau. He don't love the other nations neither. Because you can go to 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 54 through 59, and it'll tell you that he sees the other nations as spit. Verse 25, whoso casteth a stone on high casteth it on his own head, and a deceitful stroke shall make wounds. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that setteth a trap shall be taken therein. He that worketh mischief, it shall fall upon him, and he shall not know whence it cometh. Verse 30, malice and wrath, even these are abominations, and the sinful man shall have them both. All you doing is fast tracking yourself into captivity, cuz. So we gonna let you do it. Proverbs chapter 24. Verse 19. Fret not thyself because of evil men, neither be thy envious at the wicked. For there shall be no reward to the evil man. The candle of the wicked shall be put out. Lord said, don't trip. Don't worry about it. He got them in the trick bag. I ain't never seen nobody work this hard to put themselves into captivity like Esau. Keep up the good work, bitch. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Verse 12, if a ruler hearkens to lies, all his servants are wicked. We told y'all. Well, the book of Sirach told you, chapter 12, verse 10, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Especially when he claimed he got something for you. How the hell you gonna go out your way? You gonna go above and beyond to give me some medicine I didn't ask for, nor do I need. You're gonna spend millions on this out of the kindness of your heart. But you won't do the obvious simple things, like get the homeless off the street, feed people, give people a place to stay. You won't do the simple obvious, but you'll go above and beyond and get a whole world some medicine they didn't ask for, nor do they need. That was so goddamn see-through. Ain't nobody falling for that shit. You don't give nobody nothing unless it benefits you and it's a detriment to everybody else. So no thanks. All of a sudden you care about our safety, but at the same time you got police out here gunning us down. How the fuck you care about some safety? You care about my safety and my health, but you coming with some bullshit paperwork that you done pulled out your ass to try to take my house. How are you concerned about my safety? If you so concerned about my safety, but I can't eat because of a bullshit law you made up, you done pulled out your ass. No. Keep that same energy, baby, of hatred and jealousy. So when the Lord pull up, he gonna put a holy foot in your ass. Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places. He shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brother and his neighbor, and he is not. The whole world owns your true identity, white man. You're Edomites, destined to be destroyed. Verse 16. 15, for lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. The whole world is rebelling against Edomites. Verse 16, thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. Also, Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished and shall hiss at the plagues thereof. The Lord finna destroy this whole goddamn country. And it can't come soon enough. Isaiah chapter 54. Verse 17, they trying to erase a God gene. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord Yahweh, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord Yahweh. So like I said in the beginning of the video, yeah, you're going to get the 2/3 that the Lord rejected, but you ain't going to get those destined for salvation. But guess what? Those destined for salvation, they going to get in your ass. Isaiah chapter 28, verse 15. Because we have said we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. We have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. What is that falsehood? The falsehood of good intentions. just to sucker you into taking some shit that's gonna kill you. Isaiah chapter 29, verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? They think don't nobody know what they trying to do. They think they still on some sneak shit. No. You better read Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10. I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. Your identity has been revealed, punk. Let's go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 11, verse 40. And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were passed, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. I always talking about he trying to do something for you, but he trying to murder you. Let's go to Psalms. Hold up. Psalms chapter 34. Psalm chapter 34, verse 21. Evil shall slay the wicked, and he that hate the righteous shall be desolate. How will evil slay the wicked? Because the Lord, let me get it. The Lord is going to bring the evil. Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord Yahweh, do all these things. He's going to bring the evil to our enemies and the curses to our enemies. Hold up. Here it is, Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. And the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Yeah, y'all, that's why they making all these videos in their cars crying. I can't afford to be alive. I make $1 million a year and I'm living check to check. Ah. You just a fool with money, bro. If you making $1 million and you living check to check. Now let's keep going. Let's keep going. Psalms chapter 37. Verse 32. Psalm chapter 37, verse 32, the wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay it with chemtrails. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. This is why they're so pumped up with pride. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. That's why they're so pumped up with reckless confidence. First Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Devil means deceiver. It's not that red made up man living in the ground with a pitchfork. That's Christianity fairy tale and Greek mythology bullshit. Hell is conditioned out of place. We're in our hell right now because we're in captivity. Esau's in his heaven right now because he's in rulership. That shit's about to change. Let's get it. In the Apocrypha. What is it? Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. That's how they got this kingdom. That's the same way they're going to lose it. Let's go to 2 Maccabees in the Apocrypha. Chapter 7, verse 31. And thou, that hast been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews, shall not escape the hands of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. That's how we know this bullshit ain't gonna work. All this mischief against the Hebrews, indirectly. So people won't be on to them, oh, they trying to get rid of the Israelites so they can steal back their birthright and stay in rulership. The Lord is not gonna, he's not gonna allow that, because with how the scripture go, something along the lines of it's out of balance. The Lord created good and evil. To have all evil and no righteousness, no justice, that's an imbalance. And the false balance is an abomination to the Lord, roughly paraphrasing the scripture. So no, he ain't gonna let this just go. Y'all think y'all gonna just be able to do all this shit to his people, and then he just gonna roll out the red carpet to the kingdom for you? Y'all gonna be the red carpet. People are delusional, insane. Somebody did that to your people, would you welcome them? Or would you punish the shit out of them? That's what's about to happen to Esau. Book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they cover fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for the time is evil. This is what the Lord got planned for Edom. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 14. This is something else the Lord got for the nation of Edom. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land or fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So the Lord is finna depopulate. Ain't that what you want? You finna get it, baby. He finna depopulate. He finna depopulate your ass. He finna depopulate male Edomites. So, because without a male Edomite seed, you can't bring forth another male. You can't bring forth another Edomite, period. So, I guess you could say the Lord is about to perform eugenics on you, Esau. He finna get rid of your seed. That means there ain't gonna be no more Edomites. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10. That favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. He don't recognize the Lord because he wants to be Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Let's go to the book of James, chapter 1. Salaki, chapter 2, verse 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. Those that show no mercy shall have no mercy. Which is why the Lord did not give Esau empathy, because he wanted Esau to be merciless, so it can return upon his own head. Brilliant. Brilliant. This is chess, not checkers, baby. The Lord is the ultimate chess master. Brilliant. Yep, let's go to Obadiah. Here goes some precepts on how you gonna get rid of your ass. Verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Verse 15, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon your own head, baby. Times 2. Ooh. It's sucking to be an Edomite right now. Thought y'all had it going on, though. Verse 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. Y'all finna go. Psalm 73, verse 5, they are not in trouble like other men, neither are they plagued like other men. That's why they're allowed to get away with this, especially Kill Bates, Elon Musk, all these unelected officials doing shit they ought not. Verse 6, therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covers them as a garment. Their eyes stand out fatness, they have more than the heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression, they speak loftily. And that was verse 8 in Psalm 73. And you want to know why we ain't tripping? Because we know the end game. Regardless of what Esau does or says, we know what's about to happen to him. His final destination is captivity and extermination. Psalm chapter 73, verse 17, until I went into the sanctuary of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, then understood I their end. Meaning, until you read this book, you don't know nothing for real. Well, I ain't gonna say until you read this book, I would say until you understand this book. Because there's a lot of misinterpretations floating around. Ain't that right, Christians? Yeah, I know. Because y'all the main ones lying about what's actually in this book. Regardless whether we read it to you or not, you still in that stuck on stupid asshole phase. Emotional, weak. That's what Esau wanted. He used Christianity to make you weak. That's why all you got in church is gays and simps and betas. Let me get a few more. We can close. Let's go to, let's finish with Isaiah. I think it's chapter 24. Yep. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 24, verse 20. We start at 20. And it's talking about when the nukes fly and America gonna be destroyed. It's talking about how the earth gonna rock to and fro. Verse 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. Listen to this. This is what's about to happen to you elites with your slick ass, with your slick lying asses. Yeah, we see you, and the Lord see you too. That's why he said this. Verse 21, and it shall come to pass that in that day that the Lord shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. It's talking, at least that's talking about you. Verse 22, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and they shall be shut up in the prison. After many days they shall be visited. Now, I got a special scripture to close out on, because I know you at least that got those bunkers. You think you exempt, right? No, 144,000 coming for your punk ass. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 16. This is for all you elites in the bunkers. Think you safe out of the reach of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. Y'all ain't got away with shit. You can run, but you can't hide. Your final destination is either captivity, death, and after all that, extermination. So good luck with your God, Gene, because you ain't gonna get to 144,000 and an innumerable 1/3. You killing your own people to go come after us, but you claim you righteous. Boy, stop. You were created to be the wicked. So keep doing what you do. Keep earning your judgment and keep lying your way into captivity. Call Halayim La Lahayinawa Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai Hamashiach Wa Malakia by Hashem Harawat Wakak Wadash Barakathum the water Baba Bawa Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.